Everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of F1 2020 career mode here on my channel. This weekend we are here for the Japanese Grand Prix at Susuka. I'm just going to take you through what everything is happening and what's going on at the moment within the team. As usual, going to fill out our activities to make sure we do some stuff for the team. We're going to improve morale for all our departments. Right, I did say in the last video that we are going to be focusing now on saving up a lot of our money for our new driver, which is most likely going to be I would like Daniel Ricciardo in the team. He's the driver that I would like to have the most, I will be honest. At the moment we actually can't afford any upgrades with the resource points we have. That's too expensive. I do want to start upgrading the powertrain department, but I've already got an upgrade coming. So yeah, hopefully this will be a good race weekend. Power unit upgrades, they're coming through. Let's just have a look at my vehicle and all our wear and stuff. So we're not going to have any penalties this race weekend. Our control electronics and turbocharger are looking a little bit worn, but they should last us at least this weekend before I get penalties for those. Everything else looks good. Gearbox, it's not brilliant. Our practice gearbox is pretty terrible, but you can always put on a new practice gearbox. That doesn't cost you any grid penalties or anything. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to boost up my driver perks a little bit. It will cost me a little bit of money. However, I feel like it will help me just a little bit to improve myself. Power mapping means that I'll do less wear to the car. But from now on, we're going to save up for Daniel Ricciardo. So if we go to the driver market, our current driver, Luca Giotto, market value is 2.5 million. I don't want to pay him 2.5 million because he's not worth it at all. I'll be honest. So my next driver, I do want someone who's quick, and he's going to last me, a little bit of time. So I was looking around and I was thinking, I don't know who to buy. Now I was considering before Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, anyone like that. But I feel like Ricciardo's got good experience. He's been in F1 for a while. His race pace is good. His awareness is good. All of his stats pretty much good. And his experience is a little bit less. But you got Max Verstappen here who's got 71 experience. So, when it comes to as a driver, I think Ricciardo is one of the best drivers on the grid. And I feel like he could do it or help our team out quite a lot. So, that's going to be the aim. I know Giotto's contract runs out like the 30th of November, which is basically the end of the season. So hopefully we can afford to be able to get him. So R&D points now, we actually have a few.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
Let's actually spend our resource points a little bit. Let's get some upgrades going on this car, because I need to upgrade this car at the moment. We are sitting third worst team on the grid. Hopefully with the new I think there will be regulation changes coming through at some point in this career mode. So I think maybe at the end of this season there will be some new regulations. Talking of which,
They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful. So let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this.
right, so if you haven't played F1 career modes before, what happens when this scenario happens is all the upgrades you've done on departments throughout the season, you have to invest a little bit of resource points into each development to save them on the car for next season, basically to change them and get them to adhere to the new regulations. Obviously we don't do anything to them. All we do is just invest the resource points like we do to get an upgrade. They cost less, however it does cost quite a lot of money, and it really does depend on what departments are affected. I've had seasons where I've invested a lot in chassis, and I've had chassis regulations come in, which means I've got to spend like 2,000-3,000 resource points to protect everything that I've done. Which just isn't going to happen. So it'd be interesting to see what departments are being affected on the car. We're actually going to have a look now. We've got a dry race weekend, which is great. That does help us. Right, here we go. And talking about the chassis department, yeah, it's chassis and power unit are the two departments that have been slashed. So let's just actually count up how much this is going to cost us. So we've got... Can't even say how much it's going to cost us because it won't even tell us. I would guess that's probably going to be about 500. I reckon it's probably going to cost us about 2,000-3,000 resource points. Luckily, it's not many upgrades. It's literally... well, it is basically nothing upgrades-wise. So... I'm not too bothered about that. I'm glad it's not durability. We put quite a lot of effort into that. So, but what this does help us with is next season, other teams that are really investing in their chassis this season will suffer. So I would guess Red Bull might suffer. You know, Renault, Ferrari, all the teams that have made progress in their chassis this season will suffer quite a lot because they've invested in it and they're going to have to protect it all, which they won't be able to do. I can actually purchase upgrades on the chassis department. I can buy this. A new structure to the car. However, once I buy it, I then have to protect it again. So it's just going to cost even more, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'm going to go into practice, and I will see you guys in qualifying. We're going to be here for quali. We're just looking to start our first lap here. Bit wide out of quick turn 1. And off we go on our first flying lap in Q1. Now, Suzuka is not normally a track that I'm great at, but it's not normally a track that I'm terrible at. That one is in between tracks for me. It's like Hungary. I like this circuit because of the heritage it has and how old this track is, but I also not a big fan of the circuit because of how bumpy it is. If you guys have ever driven this circuit before, you would know that this circuit is quite bumpy. They have fixed it for this game a little bit, and in real life, but it's not completely fixed. Bit wobbly out of that corner there. Then final corner. Now we're going to come to 130R here. Probably one of the most famous corners on the Grand Prix calendar. Flat out. Good exit. Let's see where we are in comparison to Sebastian. Oh wow, a lot slower.
These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold...
With the race,
So guys, we're about to start the race. Qualifying was not ideal, I'll be honest. Qualifying down in P16.
See if you can gain some early places on the first lap. This will help us to get another points finish.
So, in regards to... We can go to options and race director. Let's actually have a look at where the racing points are. So Perez up in 5th, Stroll's in 9th. It's going to be difficult to beat them. If I can come ahead of at least one of the racing points, I'll be happy. But it's going to be difficult. We'll try our best. I'm not the best on this circuit. We'll see what we can do. 5 red lights. And away we go. Taking it very cautious into turn 1. Oh, look at the AlphaTauri, he's properly battling it out.
approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
Oh, Ricardo's coming back at us again.
Safety car, safety car.
Safety
No
car,
overtaking.
wow.
Reduce your pace.
We said we needed something.
Keep a delta number positive as we form up. Complete, go now.
I mean, we're given a safety car. This is absolutely perfect. Giving us out of the session. I don't know what's happened,
Pit
but
strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Gap to teammate behind is
Let's see if he's in.
2.0 seconds.
almost spin the car. Got a guard from Raikkonen here. We come across the line in P15.
We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Ouch, that hurts. That really hurts in comparison to the constructors. Leclerc got driver of the day. Let's see where that puts us in comparison to Racing Point. I'm glad I had a good weekend last time out in Russia. I needed it because this weekend absolutely sucked. We can't upgrade anything anyway on the power unit department because of the new regulation changes. And we have to put our resource points to protecting all of our parts. So the car's not going to get any quicker.
So after a magnificent race,
yeah.
we can now see the drivers making
Nothing
their
else
way
I can
to the
really say,
podium.
guys. Nothing
Once
else to
again,
say.
it's the Silver Arrows who
So let's have a look what happens. Perez came fourth. That's 12 points for them. 16 points they got.
So,
Are we even ahead of them still?
Well,
Yes, by 1 point. Wow.
He was unstoppable out on the track today.
We are ahead of Racing Point by 1 point. We're on 161 points, which all those 161 points are from me. Thanks, Luke and Giotto, for helping me out there. Racing Point are on 160. So, with 4 races left of the calendar, I believe. So we've got USA next, then Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi. So 4 races left. I need to try and beat those Racing Points. I need to gain points now on them. So I'm going to focus as hard as I can next time out in the USA. Try and gain some points on that Racing Point team. But if you did enjoy, guys, smash on the button. And until next time, bye for now. And I'll see you soon. Some highlights.